Hey everybody, Rebels of Cloud9 here, and today I have Monogram's 1/48 scale B-24 Liberator. This is the J variant, which had the chin turret, and this is kind of cool because it's actually a monogram. Check it out. No revel, no nothing. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I have to do this in a different location because the box is huge. Like, this is about the size of an Airfix box, so this is a pretty cool model. I've never built a Liberator before, and I actually only bought this one because it comes with well, I actually bought it for two reasons. Number one, it was on sale, and the other reason was it comes with a little tractor that I wanted. And I don't remember anything about this kit except that I cut out the fuselage. I think I may have also cut out the tractor. I'm not sure, so why don't we open and find out? So yeah, here's the fuselage halves, and they're pretty darn big, but they've got pretty nice detail in them, as far as I recall. And you can have the bomb bays open, which is nice. And yeah, it looks pretty good. And raised panel lines, that's kind of my only fault with it, but that's... You can't even call that a fault. It's just I like recessed panel lines more. And oh, freaking sweet! Oh, cool. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Like I said, I bought this kit when I was basically finishing the Memphis Belt, the big 48 scale one I did a couple years ago. And it comes with pilots. Let me rip open the bag here. It comes with the expanded crew set. And so there's a pilot sitting here, there's another pilot sitting, and you get these gunners here. Now, why no one has come out, and this is one of my pet peeves, why no one's come out and made a box set of pilot figures, is beyond me. You know, it just seems like such a natural next thing to do. You know, you can go find them, but they're all, you know, really expensive resin cast figures, and I just want something simple out of plastic. So this is kind of cool. This was first released with the visible B-17 in 48 scale. It was the G version. And actually my dad built it up there. This side was flat plastic like this, and this side was a translucent clear piece, so you could see everything on the inside. And that's where this came with, which is pretty cool. And we have the clear parts, ball turrets, front and back turrets, top turret. Nice window here for the canopy. It looks very nice and clean. Done a nice job on that. It looks like you'll be able to see through them pretty well. But they don't give you anyone to put in there. You know, that's a little weird, but whatever. And the instructions. The instruction sheet's kind of funny. It's this little booklet, but it's very tiny compared to the rest of the box. But everything is really well labeled and put out there for you. So, okay, he's a bombardier. I thought he was a gunner of some kind. So you get a bombardier, 2 pilots, and 2 waist gunners. I'm a little concerned personally as to how I'm going to put it together and paint it with some of these clear parts. So I will figure that out later. And oh, okay, this had the fuselage on it. Okay, that's cool. So we've got the cockpit floor here. This goes on, I don't know, I'll figure that out later. Bomb bays. They got nice canvas effect on the tails here. Radial engines are each molded there. They look pretty darn nice too. Oh, and this is the pocket for the ball turret. It would be raised and lowered. All looks really good. And quite a bit of flash on some of the pieces, but that's very, very easy to clean. So I'm not going to have any problems there. And these big wheels, man. All the bombs. I'm not going to have the bomb bays open. I thought about it. I'm going to keep them closed. Pretty good parts here, though. Oh, here's part of the tractor. At the top here. Oh, here's the parts. So yeah, this is why I bought it originally. I don't know how this fit, but it's basically this little tractor tank, whatever you want to call it. Very, very simple to build. I just wanted it because what I wanted to do with the Memphis Belle, I wanted to take it out into a parking lot. There's one close by, and it looks like a good tarmac, and I wanted to just kind of pose a little scene and take pictures of it, which I'll probably do with this one when I'm done. And yeah, this little tractor would just be a nice addition to have with it. So I'm going to build that one later. And oh, cool. I don't know how exactly you're supposed to get these boxes open. There we go. Double prizer. Get another pilot figure sitting. That's pretty sweet. Oh, and here's the guy for the tractor. He's looking behind. He's pretty cool. And then you get the typical Monogram pilots, guy pointing, guy with his cigarette, and the guy with the wrench. I've got so many of those figures, it's kind of ridiculous. And here's, like, you can see the wings. Very nice detail on the wings here. It's going to look really nice to paint some of this stuff up. And here's this little tub here. This is for the waist gunners here, and I'm guessing this probably goes somewhere like there as the firewall, or not firewall, but you guys know what I mean. My English isn't so good today, or any other day. And here's another one. This one I haven't opened this one yet. So yeah, like I said, I opened this, I cut off the fuselage halves, and it's been sitting on my shelf ever since. So let's take a look here. This is part of the wing, or the tail. Another part of the wing, bomb racks, and a couple of the other little pieces. Like here, these are the doors, or the windows for the sides, for the waist gunners, that is. And ammo boxes here. This is part of the cage for the ball turret, and this goes up and down to lift and lower said ball turret. And I believe these are bomb bays still. Okay. Let's see here. Big decal sheet looks pretty good. I'm not going to use much. As I mentioned in the stash video I did a while ago, the only thing that's kept me from building this one is a nice decal scheme that I'm happy with. What I decided to do is a shark mouth, except this one is pretty small, so it'll come about to here. The one that I want to do is, I'm going to hand paint it or airbrush it, is like this big. Comes all the way back to here. And then I'm just going to build a custom Liberator. I don't care if it's historically accurate or not. I'm just going to build it however the heck I want it. And you know what? I actually might... This might be fun to do this checker pattern on here. I could do that quite easily, I think. So I might actually add a checker pattern on here. But I'd like to go on the internet and find another nose art to put on here and maybe make some decals for that myself. But I just want to have a fun model. And like I said, I haven't been able to find one scheme that really just speaks out to me and goes, that's the one I want to do. I like the shark mouth. They're really fun. And the engine cowlings, they're going to be yellow, I think. I'm still debating on that one. And I kind of like that checker pattern on the tail. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I can work that out. Anyways, this is 10 minutes of yakking about the box. There's quite a bit in here. Anyways, I'm going to go and look at the instructions and see where to get started. So I had to do quite a bit of sanding on these parts. They're a little showing of their age, and didn't take that long though. Got some good sanding sticks, and you're basically set. So basically what I want to do is build as much of the interior as I can, and then airbrush it all green, and it'll be good to go. It'll be easy to do it that way. It's kind of funny on the instructions here. Where's my other file? Ah, here. The chair here, or I guess I could point to this one, has the 53, which is the part number on the back, and they actually went ahead and printed that on the instructions. Twice. Look at that. It's kind of funny. Anyways, let's put this thing together here. So what I'm also going to do here is the control panel has a decal for it, and I'm thinking about using it. I think it would look good. I don't really like doing display decals like this because they don't usually conform too well, but I think this one will be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it green and then go at it later and paint it black after it's all done, and then just put that decal on there, so that won't be too hard. The bombardier compartment here is pretty cool because it's got this hole in it here, and you can actually look up through it, through the wheel well, which will be just kind of cool. And so I'm going to leave these control sticks off for a while. I'll pick those up and put them on later after that decal's on there. So this goes here, and the seats have seat belts molded on them, which is nice. I don't know. I know some modelers don't like that when they do that, and I kind of personally don't like it when they do that in 35th scale, because the ones I've seen in 35th scale don't look that good. This is the little stool for the bombardier, but I'd kind of like them to do that in like 72nd scale. I think that'd be okay. I think it'd actually look pretty good. You know, it would save you having to go and buy some photo etched seat belts or making them out of tape and stuff. So I guess I'm going to leave the bomb sight off as well. And I have a book about the interior of this thing. I just don't remember where it is. It's probably a magazine, actually. But again, I just don't remember where it is. So these fit in here. So I'm going to have to go do some more research on this. Yeah, let's put these on. And there. That looks pretty good. I'm liking that a lot. So this would be kind of a nice model if you wanted to add a whole bunch of interior detail on. I'm not going to. I'm quite happy with what comes in the kit. But I always like it when people go with these Monogram kits and they just basically unload all this extra detail on them. So these will fit in here. like that. Looks pretty good. Okay, here it is, guys. Built part of the little cage here for the ball turret, and about ready. Oops. Oh, good. I thought I glued something together. To paint all this stuff in here. And so, like this one. Oops. I glued that one down. I didn't mean to. But like the walls here, most of them I actually glued down just to kind of hold them in place. And actually, I don't need that one glued either. Now I have to think what to do here. Anyways, because I have to airbrush back here, but the whole thing has to be painted green. I'll figure that out in a moment. But anyways, I'm going to go paint all this stuff in here, and then later on tonight I can weather it up and paint all the little additions on here.
Hit the record button. Double O. Hit the double O. Hit double hit double O. Hit double O. Hit
So I had to look through with the clear parts here, and unfortunately the clear parts are damaged, I guess you could call it. There's like they're just cast really poorly. There's these lines going through them everywhere, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I can't fix it. Like on the top here, there's this giant ripple on the underside. I can actually feel it. I guess I could try and buff it out, but I kind of have a feeling it would just make it worse somehow. So I'm gonna just leave it, because I think the only one who's gonna notice it is me. It's just usually how it is. But like, here's the fuselage, and I went ahead and so I airbrushed everything green, and then I spent a couple hours just painting everything on the inside. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out here. Gave it a nice grimy black wash and cleaned it up, and it looks pretty good, I think. I'm quite satisfied with how it all looks and stuff. So the decal for the control panel here worked really well. It took the Tamiya decal solvent like none other. I haven't ever actually seen the Tamiya decal solvent, and this is Mark Fit Strong. I haven't actually seen any decal really kind of react with it till now, which was pretty cool. So I'll probably use it for the rest. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So what I'm going to go do now is glue all the pieces inside. I have to make sure I got all of them. And yeah, I'm ready to basically glue the fuselage together. And this is the cradle here for the ball turret. So this is how it fits in. Like this. And then it can rotate. And then when you put the model down, it's going to pop up the turret. And then when you lift the plane up, it'll fall down again. It's kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time. So this part, though, is really nicely done because you can add it on last. Like when the fuselage is together, you can just put this on. Which had me a little worried of how to mask off this whole area with the ball turret, because I was just going to hand paint it. Which is what I'm still going to do. But for this, I'm just going to paint it and then like leave it off, basically. So I can put the turret in later, which is nice. It's pretty Spartan on detail. There's not a lot like compared to the B-17. At least the G. B-17F has like no interior detail in it whatsoever. So it looks pretty good, and you know, you're not going to actually see a lot on the inside unless you invest in some clearer windows, you know. But what I have to do now is like I have to go through and sand down every angle on it, because all the angles are crooked. Like I tried putting on the front nose window here, and it doesn't fit. It's too wonky, so I just have to sand it down a bit, and it's just, you know, it's just a bit extra work, but it will fit. It just needs a little TLC. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all that, and it's gonna take me quite a while to, I think, figure out where I want everything and get it glued together and then finally dried. But yeah, I don't exactly know what to do next after I glue it all together. That's my next challenge with this kit. So, but it's going together really well, and I'm really happy with how it looks. Done a nice job on this on manufacturing this model.